The Organization of American States is here simply because this connection between development, prosperity, and security is key for us. So you may think this is a business meeting. This is not a business meeting. This is a meeting to create wealth, prosperity, stability, security, peace in our societies. And the business community plays a key role in that respect. So we are very pleased to be here today. Well, the topic today is very important. Where does the Caribbean stand in all of this? And when I say in all of this, I mean by that there are global developments taking place. We know the international financial crisis and its impact on economies. Lucky enough, the Caribbean region has been relatively well off in that sense. We have the emerging economies, the role of India, China, and others in the world, how they relate to the Caribbean, and especially as willing to see the Caribbean as a launch pad for business. But then we had also other more political developments, but will have major impact on economies. The Arab Spring and other movements to create more democracy and prosperities in society. So where does the Caribbean fit in all of this? How do we position the Caribbean in such a way that it will benefit not only as the 50 nations or more, but the people especially? How do you create more stability, prosperity in this region? Now, more than ever in the world today, foreign policy and economic policy need to go together. And this is something which is a new dynamic, but I think key to all. We need in the region, at both the sub-regional level as well as the national level, a foreign policy that is proactive, a foreign policy that is principled and pragmatic, and at the same time, not a foreign policy which will be emotional, ad hoc, or not driven by the interests of the Caribbean region. And I mean this seriously because we have many opportunities to advocate where the Caribbean stands and how it can be useful in that regard in the international context. But we are not doing that well enough. At the same time, I believe that the Caribbean is well positioned to be the launch pad for business in the Americas and to the hemisphere. And I'll give you quickly a couple of elements of that well-positioned environment. First of all, the location, the geographic location of the Caribbean between two major markets in the hemisphere. One strongly emerging in the south in Brazil, and the other one established and one of the richest economies in the world, United States. Being in between in terms of the geographic location, as well as the proximity to the richest economy in the world, the United States, in total, a market of 400 to 500 million people, is critical as a region to be in between. Another thing which is very relevant to business in general is the climate which we offer in the region. Stable democracies, established democracies, functioning democracies, institutions which are relatively stable. I'll speak to that at the end because more need to be done. But we have relative political and social economic stability. At the same time, we do have also financial and economic regulatory frameworks which offer more security to business in general.